6:10 p.m. in Abu Dhabi, and today is 2nd of September 2023, and our WeAreOne group session number 170. And today our topic of discussion is seven dimensions of prosperity. So we will discuss and understand what does it mean in each dimension, and then we'll go a little bit of discussion on that for understanding purposes. So, and accordingly, what should be our right approach in each direction, that we'll discuss today. So as it is, there are total 7 dimensions, so we'll not be able to go in a very detail in each one of them, but we can have a separate session on each one of them to discuss in full detail and go into pros and cons, and what are the areas we have to focus on, what are the area we need to heal, and what are the key to go beyond that success code in each parameter. Then we will go into that. So our first, so let us see what is the prosperity. In the word, the prosperity means. Prosperity means is to be in the abundance consciousness. Abundance consciousness is that we are appreciating whatever we have and we grow from there. It is not the means reverse of poverty is not prosperity. Okay, so coming out of poverty is not prosperity. Prosperity is already we have and grow more into that. That is called prosperity. All over the nature, it is always prosperous, because you will see that it is always growing. Like a tree is growing and it completes its life, and everything is life. Death is at the completion of that particular process of that particular unit. It's not end of everything. So in that way, that which is the whole nature is prosperous. We are all growing every day. We are human being. With every breath, you are growing. I'm not saying growing in the age. We are growing in the understanding, prosperity, the living. We are going higher into the wisdom. Whatever rate doesn't matter, but we are still growing. This is the sign of prosperity. Just to make it clear, prosperity is not coming out of the poverty. So make it clear. That's called poverty consciousness. That is a different direction. It is called downward spiral. If we allow our life to run on its own, it will always be growing in the prosperity. Always. That is the law of nature. That's how you will never see the tree is stop growing on its own. It's not possible. Okay, or you cannot see in your body, your physical body, you suddenly stop growing. A child of say maybe 5 years old suddenly stop growing. It is very, very rare and unusual. So it is normally, I'm saying, I'm not talking about some medical condition and etc. But in general, nature always conducive of our own growth. It is everywhere into our life form, in the nature, and everywhere. It goes, and like say the river flows, it starts from the mountain and flows down up to the ocean. It is always going towards the ocean. Maybe by force you can temporarily stop it, but it will find its way out, and then finally it will go there. So basically, the nature itself is prosperous. It is growing. It is always that it runs into that. It is the abundance of sunshine comes, and everything, all life form grows into that, and it goes every time. So the prosperity is automatic. To go other way around is abnormal. But It is, you see, the in our human society, even in the humanity, you see that we don't think we are prosperous, we are not growing, etc. These kind of messages is given by our own mind, because we have been given free will and we are utilizing free will in the negative direction. That is the reason. Otherwise, as I said, that if you allow the life to flow, it will always grow in all dimensions. Okay, that is a fundamental understanding of this prosperity. Now, I will go into each aspect of our life, and then we'll go into that each. What does it mean about to be prosperous into that dimension? Because our life is not oriented on a single aspect; it is a multiple aspects, and if any aspect is not performing, it affect all other aspects as well. Like suppose you have suppose you have somebody has broken the finger, that pain in the finger will draw all the attention, and all other activities of the person will be concentrating on that pain, and it will affect the other functions of that person. So he may not think well, he may not be able to eat properly because of the hand is this, and he may not go everywhere he likes to, etc., etc. So we need to have the comprehensive view, all aspects of our life, and that is the purpose. We need to understand that each dimension, what is the lessons we are supposed to learn, what is the way forward, and how we can enjoy our life its fullest. As I mentioned, our life is always running towards the prosperity. Our life is always abundant. Only our mind plays the tricks to make us believe that we are not getting what we deserve. Our expectations go high, and then we become unhappy. But how to do that? What is the key? What is the aspect that makes us to understand and approach life in this kind of abundance mindset, or if we can say that accepting the prosperity, how we can enjoy the prosperity we are getting from life? Life is a gift. It is a gift of the divine. We have been given. None of this in the physical body, etc., none of this is all gifted to us. It is a temporary, we have taken a rent, you can say, in this body to experience life. So we should not waste this life in putting into somewhere where ultimately there is no no use, or ultimately those aspects, the time spent is misutilized and gone to drain. We cannot afford to do that, rather. And as I was just before going to each aspect, just I got some message I need to convey. The message is, the universe. What is the job of universe? The just for your information, what universe does, what universe is doing. What is the purpose of universe? Universe. I'm not talking the human centric. I'm not talking about what each soul is doing. I'm talking overall universe. What is its job? So have you never inquired what is the job of the universe? So that message I'm supposed to convey to you, I'm just conveying to you. The job of the universe is to create only. It keep creating different, maybe galaxies, different planets, different civilizations, different life forms and different dimensions, and keep creating. It's an infinitely creating entity. If I can, I don't have any word to express what in universe is. It's called also multiverse, because it is a multiple dimension wise. So universe is the physical one, what we can see and what we can explore physically. Like we're already, the Chandrayaan-3 has gone, and we are today the Aditya 1. India has launched the solar mission. So these are all the exploration of the physical universe. Okay, so there are many other universe as well, which is non-physical. So these are called, somebody call it multiverse. It's all fine, whether you call it universe, physical universe, non-physical universe, multiverse or whatever it is, all having just one job to keep creating different things, keep expanding. Also, whichever already created, that goes into the cycles of expansion, contraction, but overall it is expanding, overall it is keep creating. So that means if we go into our creative side, then we will be tuning into the universe. Okay, that principle. So our here as a small representative of the universe, if we keep creating through universe, we keep growing ourselves by experience, and we create things for us and overall as a humanity, then the purpose of life is served. Okay. All right, let me go into that is a message I just conveyed it to you. That's for overall understanding what the universe is doing. That is what it is doing. Only one job, that is to create. Okay, keep creating. Now, the individually, now let us come back to the personal level. Yeah. So, what is the different aspects? So, of course, we live in this world. No matter what kind of level we are, so what kind of experiences we have, we need to still run our life on this planet Earth. We have to run our day to day. We are all following householder spirituality, or run our household. We have to go for job, earn money, pay bills, take care of children, take care of our elders. We are to do whatever the family needs, etc., etc. There are plenty. It's not easy. So from that, so today I will discuss about from that point of view. We'll not go into the overall, the universal level. We'll go into the personal level, how it affects. First is physical. Physical level, physical prosperity simply means that whatever gift you have in the physical body, and you have to maintain it, you have to nurture it, you have to maintain the health. It is also called health is wealth. So unless until you have a physical body, properly functioning physical body, you cannot enjoy life. Because this is your instrument, this is a vehicle. If you want to have a journey somewhere, if your car has broken down, then you cannot go anywhere. So it is important to maintain the car, service the car, put the fuel, and everything should be functioning properly. Then you can take it wherever you want it to. Same with the physical body. So you have to take care of the physical body, and you have to also protect whatever you have physically. That you might have seen there are 4 elements we have written. WeAreOne group, that operating principle in the divine feminine energy. There are 4 operating principles. It is in the Facebook banner I have given there. So you might have seen it. So first one is protect physically. You protect your physical body. Also, you have to protect whatever physical possessions you have. Your clothes, your garments, your furnitures, your whatever you're using things, or your house where you live in. These are all physical property you have. You have to protect them. Okay. So these things, maintaining your health and protecting your physical assets, whatever you have, that is the sign of your prosperity in the physical dimension. So make it in a good running condition. As I said, health is wealth. So just maintain that. It is a part of the first dimension. Second dimension is the social. Let me tell you, the social is a much, use the word social. You can also, all these, the interrelationships, family, etc., all included there. So social means man is a social animal. Man is a gender neutral, and man, woman, they are social animal. So we have to be in the society, whether we like it or not. That's a different aspect. We cannot deny that we are human being and we have to live in a society, or the modular form of the society is a family, and then much further bigger is a family and friends, and then our maybe acquaintances, colleagues to whom we work and where we live, our neighbors and blah, blah. Then it goes into maybe we go into the state where we belong to, then go to the nation where we come from, the country we came from, we born, and or we live, and then go to the international level and all those things. So all these, our identification, these are coming under the social aspect of our existence, our living. So in the social aspect, what is the key? So what is the key is just we need to learn here that how to maintain relationships, how to build a relationship, maintain a relationship, or how to fulfill our duties in all types of relationships we have. And then what is the purpose of that is for all these are reflection ourselves. We'll just keep growing into this aspect, having multiple types of relationships, etc., etc. And we learn from each and every relationships that come into our lifetimes. Sometimes it is it's our soul's plan. We meet different people for the different purpose and different types of experiences. We learn and grow. And here, little bit I mentioned about from spiritual point of view, from soul point of view, there is no duality there. Nothing called as a good relationship and bad relationship. Everything is a relationship, and everywhere we earn experience. Okay, there is no profit and loss there. So it is all you are gaining experience. So more we tune towards that, then we'll get out of every relationship. No matter what type the relationship it is, you will gain the experience and understanding of life from all the relationships we come across into the life. Whatever relationship comes into in our life, all relationships gives us a lesson. Some people say that, some people ask me a very common question. I'm just sharing here. Somebody maybe got a child, but the child is maybe what is called the spastic, or cannot move, cannot talk, or something of that nature. It is not a normal child. They call special child. They cannot do that. What is their purpose? What kind of relationship I can have with this kind of child in my life? Yeah, there is still a purpose of this kind of that the child may not do anything for you. It cannot not doing everything, even if it cannot take your future, etc. They come into our life to give us a lesson of unconditional love. Okay, we learn how to give unconditional love. Actually, masters say there is nothing called giving and taking love. It is not possible, but I'm just using the common terminology that it teaches you how you can express unconditional love. They come to teach us. Same thing happens with the pets. The pets, our pets, they also teach us unconditional love. Because they're happy with if you just feed them, give a little food, and they're fine with it. They don't expect too much from you. Okay, but they show you unconditional love. Yeah. So basically, what I'm saying, every relationship has a purpose. And if you find practically there is no purpose, it is not profitable relationship, still that so-called unprofitable relationship teaches you unconditional love, how to be in. It is a rare thing, a rare commodity. Unconditional love, even the many people talk about it, but they don't practice it. Okay, they don't really understood the meaning of unconditional love. Unconditional love is your basic nature. You need not to learn it. It is your fundamental thing. I have just I'm again going into the spiritual dimension of it, but it is better. I would mention. You need not to be taught about unconditional love. When you drop all your egocentric interests, if you drop all the baggage, what remains is pure love. You are made out of pure love. You are prema sarupa, the manifestation of love. So the things you are made of, it can automatically come when you shed off the external, pens and other things, that will automatically come. So in what just now earlier I was discussing, there are some things, some people in our life, maybe in the form of our children or some close relative or a pet, they come and bring that unconditional love aspect, that energy out of us. It's a big thing for us. Even though in the external point of view, it sounds like you are losing something. कोई फायदा नहीं है भाई फायदा तो getting in a lifetime, getting your core, which is you are made out of pure love, that is come out of that, you will able to express yourself out of pure loving entity, which is your true nature, is a big thing. And it can come, it is called divine plays with us in mysterious ways. It gives us a teaching in a mysterious ways, not the way we think. But ultimately, if you see the end result, we become more loving, more caring, and more inner centric like the outer centric, and begging everywhere for our own growth and prosperity. No need. We have all power. We have everything what we need to run our life. Okay. So that is about the social thing. The key to the social thing is about prosperity is maintaining harmonious relationship with everything in our life. I'm not talking the living being and human being only. As I said, the pets, it is also with the where we live, the trees and plants and the nature and everything, appreciating everything, the sunlight we get and all those things. This is a part of the relationship build up within us, so that we have a harmonious relationship with everything. So that is the social aspects of our life, and that we need to learn, that aspect. Next is financial, and also it is there are some subsect of that is called professional, but some people say we don't have 7 dimensions, we have 8 dimensions of the prosperity. The out of that 7 I have listed, the missing one here is called professional. They add one professional dimension of our life, but I'm just explaining it to you. I merged it with the financial. So profession, finance, everything will come into the same package. Financial means we need to earn to learn our life. This world is the only place where we can get a money lesson. Okay, there is other dimension, there is no money. So what is there, I will explain later. If I forget, somebody ask me in the questions at time, I will explain what is there in the other dimension. But in this dimension, in world, it is the only place there we learn money lessons. And money, that's why it makes a major factor in our life as long as we live in this world. In the financial thing, our earning, the way of earning and all, it is the different ways are there. And, our profession that we have to work whether we work as take up a job or we do our business, whatever profession we took, we have to have some source of income and money, that is there. So this is one major aspect of our living as long as we live in the earth plane. This financial thing, it is again coming from the abundance mindset. Abundance mindset in the financial area is not to have as much money as I can hold, or maybe $1 million in the bank. It is not that. Okay, let us understand that. Financial, this prosperity is where you have enough money to meet all your needs, and you can go for a little bit. Means whatever you are looking for, you are able to buy that, and that's it. Only caution is, all the masters are saying, why then so much problem on the world related to money? What is the problem related to money is not about the need. Our needs are met. We have got a clothes to wear and all those things. And the problem comes when we don't know the boundary between need and greed. We exceed that and we become greedy. Then maybe this cloth is not good enough. I need to have a 5 times costlier, and then I have to go for another dress which is branded and make that designer wear. Then when I see that even if I spend my clothes maybe some several $1,000 or whatever it is, still I'm not noticing, then I have to make sure I have to do something in the society so that people can notice my dress, and then I have to tell them the price of it. Nobody cares actually, but that's what we feel. I'm not talking about feeling. Yeah? So there is no end to it. These things, this mindset, that who am I will project through my clothes. I'm just giving one example. It can be any other things also. The car we drive and the type of, what my spouse does and what is the position I'm having in the office, etc. Those are all part of it. If I have to tell of this, that about that, then you understand that I have my financial thing is taken over. It is taken over me. I'm not earning, money is earning me. Okay, so that is the part where we fall in the trap of greed. And when a greedy person talks, greedy person express, greedy person shows his or her dress or talks about it, everybody else gets it. Okay, everybody's ego, they got, क्या बोलते हैं उसको एंटेना खड़ा हो जाते हैं. Yes, this fellow is greedy and this fellow is egoistic and is coming from that. You will never gain a respect of that. It is maybe for a short time, maybe if there is some interest there, maybe they think that you will give them something, they will come for some time and praise you, but as long as they realize there is nothing to expect from you, they will run away. Anyway, it doesn't matter what people behave, but it is about you, and you have to know the demarcation between need and greed. Today morning, one of my classmate, he sent me one message. It's just a simple message, forwarded WhatsApp message, and it is very simple. As we are talking here, that let me see if I can found that message in our. Just to share so that you can correlate. Yeah. So it is our classmate group. It is one fellow has just forwarded one message, good morning message. Is saying simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. See, at the end of all the circle, this is the wisdom into it. The simplicity is ultimate sophistication. After you clear everything, try all avenues of projecting yourself that how much sophisticated you are. When you come back to the simplicity, that is your ultimate realization and experience of this financial wisdom, you can say. You need not to show it to be the financially prosperous. You can still enjoy life. Enjoy, yes, you wear it if you enjoy it. I'm not saying the designer wear is bad, or driving a costly car is bad. I'm not saying that. But the purpose, why you are doing that, just check that. If you love driving that car, you love wearing that dress, then do it by all means, but not to show others. Enjoy whatever you are doing. And if you can have the capacity to earn that financially, to earn that, you are financially prosperous. You need not to go for the greedy level and you keep stacking the money, because end of the day, anyway, you have to leave everything here. Whatever money can buy, you have to leave everything here. Enlightened are those who does not wait for the death to take all this away from them. If you experience leaving everything consciously, voluntarily, and in the living stage, if you can leave everything, then you are enlightened in the living body. Let me, that's why it is also called being dead, you become immortal. Like you go beyond all those things. Okay, just let me small clarify. I'm not saying you have to physically leave them. You have to detach with them so that they cannot run you. If somebody is, proposing something to do bad thing, and they will offer you some X amount of money, but it is unethical to do. If you have a choice, say no to that, then you are beyond that. You cannot be bought. You are more powerful, you have more confidence, you are more aligned with the truth, so that you can reject that kind of offer, because once you have taken the offer, you go into a loop. You cannot come out of the loop in this lifetime. Okay, it's very difficult to come out of this kind of lifetime, because everybody's interest is involved there. Knowingly, unknowingly, if you fall into that trap, there is no way out. The rest of your life is gone. Maybe you will be living in a golden cage, your cage made of gold. You will not get liberated. The path of liberation is you have to experience the living death. Whatever death will take you, if you can do it in the living body, that is way of liberation. I think how many 2 years back, I believe there was in session where I was giving one example. It just reminded me. Let me give you one that same story. I'm sure it is recorded some earlier session, maybe 1.5 years, 2 years back. But it is important. Just came to me. Let me explain to what does that mean. What is that liberation thing? Yeah. What is the society does and what the liberation is. I'm just explaining with a story. Okay. If this person who was having that rich person, so who was having a lot of birds in the cages, so the person is to keep a lot of birds, different cages. So in one particular, the bird into that bird is intelligent bird, but he was in the forest, he was free, and he was caught by somebody and sold off to this man. That man put him in a cage. He doesn't like it. And he has seen that many other birds are there, along with him in different cages. He tried his best to get out of this cage, but no way. The gate is locked and things like that. And if he does too much shouting and crying, he was punished. That owner doesn't give him some food to eat that day. So he is starving, so become very low, and finally he accepted it. So because he cannot withstand that punishment, at least he get foods here. But as I mentioned, he's intelligent, so he's getting his food regular, and he understood that he have to sing some song so that his owner is happy, it doesn't disturb him. So means punish him without food, etc. He used to sing a good song, etc. He become one of his favorite to that owner. So anyway, just I'm giving a small thing, story here. Listen carefully. Yeah? It is not. It's a story, but it is a learning. Yeah? There is a lot of similarity of this bird's behavior, the way we live our life, and that's why. Okay, so he is to give a song. His owner is happy. He gets food, and he may sometimes more food because he's a good song, and he was rewarded with more food, etc. But still, he's in a cage, and he doesn't like that the loss of freedom. So then he used to see that someday. So he initially tried to get out of this cage, but could not open the door or whatever. It's not possible. One day he saw the one bird next to his cage, another cage. He's not responding. So just fell flat and not responding. So he saw this kind of state when some bird dies into that forest, and many other birds come and just they get some express grief of that bird. So he knows what happened to that bird. Then he realized when the bird basically died into that cage. So, but he is observing what owner is doing to that bird. So owner came and tried to pinch with something, call him and pinch with some kind of stick or something, but the bird didn't move, died. So then the owner said, "Oh, this bird has died, so I'm to buy another one." So he opens the door and then went out to call his servant. He just throw this bird away. He says, "All right." Then after 5 minutes, the the servant came with a plastic bag and said, take the bird and take it away and clean the cage. And of course, you throw it somewhere. So then he saw that next day another bird came into that particular cage, and same thing. Initially, found that bird is also trying to go out, etc., etc., going through the initial circle. But he observed very carefully what happened to that bird which was died. After a month or so, one day he pretended to be died, just fall the same way the other bird did. And the same thing happened. The owner came and tried to poke with a stick, and he didn't move. And by the way, he even didn't eat that food was served that day. He didn't eat that, because if some say he has eaten the food, then somebody may be suspecting that he is alive. So he didn't eat the food, planned properly. In the food, lying the same way, not moving anything. Owner came, did the same thing, and then they said, oh my goodness, this bird is also died. So he opened the door, and they gone for calling that servant to throw the bird out. So that is the time he got the time to escape. The door is open, he just flew away. He got liberated. Okay. So, in my understanding, the moral of the story is that if you, in the living condition, if you can experience death like this bird, that will be the key to your liberation. You can go out of this cage. Okay. Anyway, rest I leave it to you. I hope it is good enough to understand what I mean. Okay, next. Oh my goodness. So only 15 minutes left. Anyway, I will continue with this for in the next link also. If I cannot complete all 7 and in the first hour, it's only 15 minutes here. Okay, this is a financial. So financially, to conclude, you should have your earning power. You should go with the profession, earn the honorable way and the honest way. You can earn, enjoy your life, spend the money for your enjoyment, maintaining, and all those things. But do understand that where the line ends of the need and greed. Greed always the cause of our falling down. So we understand that and enjoy your life. Next is time factor. Time is a healer. Time is teach us many things. And time is also it's a treasure. The value of time. We know the time is precious, and we have to spend time, this time and all. Here in the life aspect of it, so we have a limited time. Okay, we have a lifetime limited, and within the lifetime also we have some part we have to spend on our childhood and learning, and some part in the active life, professional life, working life, and then again at the end some part of life will come. Then we have to depend on others. We have to have old age and all those kind of things. So it is in the middle part, whenever this part is our productive part, when we have to give and create, produce whatever, this part we have to be in this part. This part, most of the time, most of the cases that we don't have time. We are running behind our profession with so much of stress, so much of thing. You often listen about the stress factor, time management, and all those kind of things. It itself become a big industry, how to manage time and stress management and things like that. And impact modern day living, or whatever name you call it. Basically, you don't have time, and don't have time to enjoy. And in the name of enjoyment, then you fall into some trap of some addictions and habits, bad habits, etc. in the name of enjoyment. So ultimately, overall impact is you ruin everything at the end of the day. Time means you should be intelligent enough to keep some time for your all other aspects of your life, because it is taking care of your health. You have to have time for that. Your social aspect, maintaining relationship, you have to have time for that. Of course, the financially you need to earn, so you give time for that, but not all the time. Don't give all the time in focusing on how to earn money. If it is there, then in this area, in the matter of in the time dimension, you are poor. You cannot afford. Some people say, I cannot afford to take leave from my job, or I cannot go to visit my parents, or whatever it is, and because I don't have time. I'm so busy, I'm so high status in the busyness and all. If you think you are the very important character in your office or your profession, in your business, whatever you do, just take the truth that someday you have to leave and somebody will come into your place, and no matter, it may not run the way you like to be, but it will eventually run. No issues. Even you will be forgotten. Okay. So don't make yourself indispensable. Okay. The wiser are those who consciously does this handover thing and consciously pull them away, or just running it from, so that doesn't claim it to be there running the show. So they are the wiser ones, because they need to live that anyway, whether you like it, whether you voluntarily do it, or you are kicked out or thrown out, and that is a different aspect of it. But in the time thing, doesn't matter what you're professionally, what is happening in your office or business. It is, you need to have your time for yourself. Unless until you give time for yourself, not only for maintaining health or relationship, even the higher one, what I will coming there, I'm discussing about that, for your mental well-being, for your emotional well-being, for your spiritual growth. If you don't have time for all these things, your personal growth, you are a very poor person. So don't give all your time to your profession or whatever the day-to-day demands of life. It is understandable, but still you need to find the way out, so that you can have enough time to concentrate on yourself for your growth, because that is the purpose of your life, to experience and grow in this lifetime. Okay. So the time is money, yes, but don't spend all your time in earning money. Okay, so that is the thing. Keep the time for you, for yourself, for your growth, or you pursuing some hobby or whatever that is coming under your satisfaction, that comes into the that is coming in there, coming as a part of it. But you have to grow into that dimension. So that is a time dimension. You have to manage your life such a way you have enough time for your personal growth and pursuing your hobbies, and your doing things whatever you like other than earning money. Okay. Next is the mental. So I have to go fast now, only a few minutes left into this. So next aspect is a mental. So mental aspect is primarily driven, because we operate in the external world through our mind. And as I explained many times before, life is not out there. Whatever you perceive, what is going on inside you, what are the experience you're going through inside you, that is your life. External event may be same, but your internal, different people take it different way, their life experience are that way. So in the mental things, I have already made many session on that, but let me just give in brief here. The biggest wealth in this mental dimension is your peace of mind. Your peace of mind is the biggest treasure. Don't trade your peace of mind with anything else. If you have everything in your life but you don't have peace of mind, mental peace, everything is useless. Even I go to that extent, saying that something is the right thing to do. You have a choice. Right thing to do your duty, do or whatever you need to do. And another thing is your peace of mind. If you have this choice, always choose peace of mind, not what is right to do. I've already explained this earlier. So it is this dimension, mental dimension, prosperity is having the peace of mind and maintaining it all the time. If you can maintain your peace of mind, no matter what is happening in your life, you are the mental dimension, you are a prosperous person. Okay, that is about the mental. The next point is about the emotional. So emotional things is out of the mental stimuli how you react. Okay, emotionally we have to be content, and we have to, no matter what, we have to have the positive approach towards life. Emotionally we should not go into the victimhood, no negative spiral. Everything in our life has a duality, positive and negative, good and bad things. In the emotional maturity means that we will be able to filter out the negative, and we have to build on the positive, so that overall we keep ourselves in the positive domain. Then this will be our emotional health. Guruji Prem Nirmalji's life, what is called How to Run a Life, he has the statement about his teaching. It is, I'm just sharing that now. His teaching: appreciate all, criticize none, walk your path, be a Jivan Mukta. Okay, I repeat: appreciate all, criticize none, walk your own path, be a Jivan Mukta. So, criticize none. Why it is that? And appreciate all. Why? It doesn't came from a foolish person. Okay, that we have to. Why should I, praise everybody and not criticize? There are so many bad thing, wrong thing they are doing. Why are not? Because that will impact your emotional state. So just learn to ignore the negative part. It is not your job to correct everybody, and go ahead with the positive part. Appreciate more of the positive part. It will reflect it back to you. Your psyche, your way of looking things will change. Your emotional quality of life will change if you keep appreciating things, no matter what it is, how small it is. If you keep on doing that, it will change your habit pattern, your emotional maturity will develop, you'll be able to find good in everywhere, and that will change your life. Okay. And the last one is spiritual. Spiritual prosperity is just into one thing. I should say that it is in this lifetime. Your human body is called sadhan, and it is meant for sadhana. Sadhana means how you connect with your higher self, or your divine self, or soul consciousness. So when you are fully aligned with your higher self or your soul consciousness, that is your spiritual prosperity. When you are in a direct communication and you are living a life under 100% guidance of your soul consciousness, your soul knows everything. Soul need not to learn anything. You, the lower self, has to learn experientially many things. So if you take your higher self's guidance and run your life, then your life will be absolutely prosperous. You need not to go for anybody else out there. Your soul consciousness is your inner guru sitting there. And only thing you have to develop, know how to connect and how to get communicated, and then finally get guidance to run your life. So this is the spiritual prosperity. And with this, I will conclude this learning session. So all question answered, just keep ready. I will, in the second, it's almost over. Maybe any moment it will be over. So this first session, first 1 hour session. So I will go into the next, close this, and I'll go into the next one. And then you can ask me any question about this, our session now. And then we'll continue there on the second half. So just let me see if we can have a minute or two to have a question answer. Can I have this? Let me see how much time left. Okay, fine. Anybody have any questions? So then go ahead. Let me see if I have a minute to answer. Any question? All right, I'll see you all in the second half and then we'll continue. Okay? Om Mangalam. All right, I think almost everybody has joined back. Welcome back to the second session. We are continuing session number 170. Please go ahead with your question. Anyone having any question?
Yes, Guruji, you said that you will discuss something and to remind you to discuss that later period. I I completely forgot about which one it was. You said that to remind you to discuss it afterwards.
Other dimension, other
Yes,
dimension.
other dimension. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay, fine, fine. Yes, yes. Now I remember. Thank you for reminding me. I was telling in that this dimension, people come here on the planet Earth for money lessons because there is no other dimension. There is a money. And what are there? What are the things there? How people transact there? That is the thing. Yes. See, in the all other dimensions, particularly higher dimensions, it is love and gratitude is the way to repay anything. So if you learn something from somewhere, you express your love and gratitude, that pays off that. So there is no need to actually paying with the money or something. Any service you take, love and gratitude, or you give some return service, that is the way it is settled in the higher dimensions. So that is a fundamental reason where it is said that gratitude invites grace. If you are grateful to something, particularly in the spiritual domain, then you have been invited grace. And it is when the vakta, means that devotee or the vakt, when a bhakta is they surrender and with the full devotion, with the humility and gratefulness, approaches towards the higher dimension, they invite more grace. That is the principle there. So they follow that principle of love and gratitude for the transaction. So this any higher dimensional transactions, the love and gratitude, that is the key to receive. Not how much money you have and what is your wealth and things like that. Regarding the wealth and success, just as you know that I live in UAE, United Arab Emirates, and in the father of the nation, like in India we have Mahatma Gandhi. Here, the father of nation is called Sheikh Zayed. It is the grandfather of the present Sheikh, and who created this the United Arab Emirates. So in his name, Sheikh Zayed, the main road to Dubai and Abu Dhabi in his name. Anyway, so he is the father of the nation, and I'm just quoting him. That it is in that level who has a build a nation. He is a sheikh, the king, and when whatever the principle and what is the vision he had, that has been being implemented, and people here are living the life of what he has dreamed of for his people, for the countrymen, and of course visitor and all like us who live here. I'm quoting him. I'm just giving a little bit of background. And now I'm quoting him about so-called this prosperity. He is telling his the success is not measured by wealth. Success is not measured by wealth or power. It is coming from the person who has a pinnacle of that. He has unimaginable wealth, and of course the power. He is basically the king of a country. Yeah? So his life experience and wisdom is said here. I'm just again reading this his statement, his vision. Many people quote here. I have seen in the place I work now also, the oil and gas, the ADNOC, that is the topmost oil and gas company here in UAE, and there are a lot of programs, and one of the programs somebody has been mentioned about this quote, and from I come to know about that quote from that, like somebody is giving his experience of what find most motivating one lady engineer, and gone much higher up into that company, and she was mentioning that this was her motivating the key what is called quote, that's what I'm quoting here again. Success is not measured by wealth or power, but the positive impact you create for others. Okay, I just read it once again. Success is not measured by wealth or power, but by the positive impact you have created for others. This is huge spiritual meaning and implication. This kind of wisdom can only come after attaining certain level of spiritual wisdom. That you can see reflected here. That at a certain point of life, you will realize that money and power is not everything. So there is what is there to do that. I was giving a story of the bird, no, that while you experience death, you become key for the liberation. Same here. At the height of career, height of name, fame, power, also the realization the people they have, then they understand that it is not that whatever is ultimately you are looking for in life. I have given another quote. Somebody forwarded some good morning message that simplicity is ultimate sophistication. Those comes from this realization. The second part of it, most of us we don't know. Second part means it is like our life is like what is called Ferris wheel. Like it goes, that electric wheel the children they sit there, even the adults they when the electric wheel they go around. Vertical one. There are another one, the horizontal merry-go-round. I'm talking the vertical one. So most of the time we think that this wheel, which will go up, that is our aim of life, to go keep on going up and up and up. But those who have reached to the peak, they realize it is not there. Or even if they reach there, it will not stay there for long. So wisdom is to experience, to coming back to the original position when you have started, coming back to zero. Who has understood the zero? In Arabic, they call sifar. That sifar and suffer means the journey is almost synonymous. Life, that is to me, I take the suffer of life, and sifar is almost similar. You just keep on earning, getting knowledge, experience, money, whatever things. Then, and the phase comes when you start giving back to the society, giving back to the humanity, giving back to these things, and giving back everything. Then you complete your journey. Your purpose of life is served. That comes from that wisdom. Okay, this giving back part. So come back to the simple form again. There is nothing to hold upon. And as I mentioned earlier, it will be anyway taken from you at the end of the life. Everybody has to die one day, and it will be taken off at the time of death. But if you don't complete this journey, then you have to come back again and do the same thing. It is your purpose of life is to pass it on, to giving back, or to do that. And that is why in the journey, all the masters, they give too much importance of this giving back or seva, to serve people. And this is having a very important aspect on our life, and this is a part of our spiritual ending the cycle, the spiritual journey. Only thing, our ego comes in between and it ruins the thing. You think the going up is the only meaning of our life. It is not. It is a cycle. The merry-go-round, the Ferris wheel I was talking about, it will go up, down, and again another life start and go down. It's the nature of life. Those who understood it, they have got the key to be all the time feeling abundant, no matter wherever they are into this Ferris wheel. They are always, they are fulfilled, happy, and the key factor is pure love. That the realization that what will not go from you. Okay, It may not be hidden, but not go is a pure love. And this awareness of this whole will, it gives you the path to the liberation of going much, much beyond your this experience in this lifetime only. Yogiraj Amarjyoti ji, he gives another things very beautifully, where ego comes into play and things like that. And we always fight between we and others, and how better we are than others, try to boast off that we have this and all those kind of things. About we are better off than others, by our neighbors or our, whatever, our other family members and etc. etc. We boast our things. Yeah? Listen, this is simple but beautiful. He says that when walking, one leg is front of others. That one leg is in the front, one in the back. No, you're walking, yeah. And both the front leg, he doesn't claim that I'm better off than you, the back leg, because in a moment that position will change. And position will change because that's why the whole body will move. Our life is like that. It is futile to claim that I'm better of the other. So there is no other. It can change at any moment. So life lesson is understanding the movement. Keep creating, moving forward in the journey rather than claiming who is, how better I am than other, what is the price of the dress I'm wearing, what is the type of house, how many, rooms are there, and what floor of the skyrise I am in, or which community. It doesn't matter. No. It doesn't matter. It is you are walking your own unique path in your life. You have to go just one step ahead of that. That's your immediate, and focus on that. And when that completes, go to the next one and keep walking. That's all. That is the key of life. And that's what we are all experiencing. When we understand this reality of this life, then our life becomes abundant, because abundance means you are fully tuned with the nature, with the divine. We are walking with the full alignment with the divine, and that itself is abundance. Abundance is not accumulating wealth from the external world. Okay, so that is how that you have to look at our life, and that is the dimension which is beyond these 7 dimensions. Okay, that is, we are all the time perpetually abundant. Okay, all right. Okay, I can. Okay, earlier Aditi sent a message. Earlier, Aditi was still at Golden Temple in Amritsar.
Exactly. Today I am attending a session sitting right in front of the temple only.
You find out the spot, whatever I sent you. The
Yes,
spot.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, very good. Enjoy the vibration of Golden Temple.
In the last film, yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact, it's really very strong vibration. I said.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, okay. God bless you, and you enjoy that Shakti Sthal, and all the best. Anyone having any question? Any further question? All right. So if there's no further question, so we'll go into our Kriya and meditation. Then sit straight.